Try that first. Nice. I really butchered the front one, the front one up, all because I had the wrong damn screw. And that's that. Done. How awesome is that? The crankshaft looks like it's brand new. So when they remanned this, they must have put a brand new crankshaft in it. Awesome. I feel so much better now. I've been sweating this because I feel like sometimes I can't move on, like, you know, because it's like a mental block, because you've never done it before and you get nervous. And you come and do it, and it's two freaking seconds. I pulled the power steering pump off yesterday off of this old motor. I'm gonna try to run it the same setup on this motor, minus the big DN50 alternator that was on here, which was missing some ball bearings and stuff. And there was an aluminum bracket that went around here and here, which ran the power steering pump out about here. So that's in the parts cleaner. I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to clean the power steering pump, which is here, and all that's going to go on here. And then I'm pull the compressor off, and piece by piece I'm trying to transfer everything to this motor. I don't lose track of what I'm doing, even though I've been taking pictures and everything else. Little by little, I'm learning the hard way. I got enough thinking to do, let alone changing things too drastically, besides running a new alternator that's belt driven. Which makes me think too, I may have to get rid of my voltage regulator and use the one on the that's built into the alternator. So that's that. And then this ring was in there as well. At this point in the video, you see me with a ring in my hand and saying that it goes in here. And it does. And if you could tell, I got ahead of myself, glued this gasket on, and forgot that ring. So in a future video, I'll be removing this excess gasket, putting the ring in, and putting this cover back on, this adapter for the power steering, and then this gasket. Next gasket. Hopefully we won't screw that one up. So I'm going to attempt to put the rear main seal in this. I got a new seal here from Luke at US Coach. Before I do anything, I'm going to put some oil on this. I got oil left over from the bus that was new, and I'm just going to put some here and on the crank. But before I do that, I'm going to take a little bit of steel wool and dress up the crank. Now I think this gasket was leaking, or I mean this seal was leaking. That feels a lot better. Now, I don't claim to be any expert at what I'm doing, it's obvious. I'm no Detroit mechanic at all. But I am a mechanic, somewhat. It's just like certain things I'm trying to prevent from happening, you know, and some of it, I mean, as long as you do it right. Here's the old seal. And see this mark down here? It almost looks like it, I mean, the motor looked like it was leaking. This was all covered in oil. Like it was coming right out of the bottom of the, and I would guess this is where the bottom of the crank was. I didn't mark it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So this goes on here. I think this goes over this. Let's see how bad it is to get over the crank, because I'm not certain if you just push it on the crank or you push it over the seal driver. I'm just going to put some oil in here, just so you nothing tears. Alright, so that'll work. Get this done. I borrowed this from a friend of a friend. Get back to him. So this goes over this. I'm guessing that runs that in with this. You get a wrench for that. I hear you. Sign at all, is it? It's going by hand. Alright, so that's it. It's flush with the bell housing case. I mean, it's a little in. The thing that has me nervous is there's a gap between the bell housing cover and the crankshaft, you know. It's where it was sitting on the crank. So it just went in too easy. I don't like that at all. Nothing goes that easy. I guess when you have the right tools, maybe, I don't know. And it just fits on the edge of the crank. Maybe it's nah. I don't know if this goes with this. It's like the exact size of the crankshaft. It's almost like it's a shim for like a not unless that's how you start the seal. Maybe that's what it's. I don't think that's it either. I don't know. Maybe you slide the seal over that to get it on, to get it started. Kind of like a. This has a taper to it, but it went on too easy by hand. I don't know. Maybe my guess. How do I know? This was on the table from mail. This came from Luke at U.S. Coach. But these are the parts that I ordered for the Detroit that I'm missing, which is just a few gaskets. And I don't remember what else. Oh, a rebuild kit for the water pump. Hopefully you can hear me. So this is the weird gasket I needed for that adapter. All I really need is this section. I know years ago when I bought this book, this guy Chris that I bought it from told me about these guys down here. He's like, make sure you go visit them because they're getting older and they may be retiring soon. Thank God I did. And the only reason I got this was because I found that ceramic washer in the oil cooler, and I figured, you know what, I might as well get the kit. Even if I don't use it, I can have it in the boss's stock. What this is this gasket goes, oh no, that's the wrong one. Shit. Oh no, okay, no, that's right. There's an adapter that goes in here that I just primered. You know what? Maybe the whole cover's gotta come off. I might be wrong. So this goes on that motor. So you know what? The cover does. So this whole piece is different. Shit, man. So that goes on there, on this one. I didn't even notice. Somebody else had said they were completely different. They are completely. Damn, that's the whole back of the block. I just put that rear main seal in. Oh well. So we're gonna have to figure something out. So this can't go on here. And that bell housing has a dish here and this. I thought that was going to be an easy alternative. It's not. Well, see, there you go. I don't even know the differences between these. It looks like I got a project on my hands, so you know what I'll do? I guess I'll just film it and see what it takes. I'll have to call Luke and see if he can get me that gasket for the back of the block. Change this whole back of the block. So you know what I can do is I can put the front motor mount on, move those mounts I have to back to these, to bolt up to these mounts back here, and move these stands there, and then put the big stands on the big motor mount in the front. Hey, thanks for hanging in there. And in the next video, I'll be actually changing the bell housing. Make sure you hit subscribe and like, and hopefully these videos will keep getting better.